boys. So
Hey,
this is it.
hey, Baba Boo. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome. How's everyone feeling tonight? Everyone feeling a little juiced up, a little amped, a little ready to go?
A little loopy, a little
Oh,
wacky.
kooky, oh, wacky.
This time it was only 4 fiber 1 brownies. Only 5 calories each.
I'll
So
tell you
boys,
guys, I'm pumped for this shit. You know, I think that we got a good show in hand for you guys. This is the inaugural kickoff weekend, kickoff week. We're on hump day here. Okay. And we're about to break some real meme shit out for you people. We got a few good things in store. First thing we're going to roll you through, I just want to give you kind of a synopsis of where the fuck things are at right now. I mean, just on the landscape of memes in general. I'm going to break that out and then we're going to do what we had planned because I'm hijacking this shit. So here's the deal, folks. Social media is fucking rotten. It's rotten to the core. I think we all know that. It's been downhill for a minute. And I think right now we got to look at memes as sort of a refuge for where we're at. Okay, it's like the refuge of communication that we really need to lean on as a crutch here, and I think that's what it's become. And I'm going to keep this short and brief so we can get into what we were planning here. But if you break this down with the return to monkey, lately that's been the big trend. Return to monkey has been like number one in our hearts and in our minds. And I think it's partly an extension of like the rejection of media, the rejection of social media, and a return to this state where things were simpler. You see the same thing translated into the grilling centrism. Same concept. It's beautiful and it's poetic even. You know, some of the things that we've been facing down with 2020, it's been fucking insanity. Total dumpster fire insanity. And how do you break away from that? You lean on to memes. And that's where we are with this. And I just want to let you guys know I'm proud that we are doing our part as the Dolphinger Center for Memetic Studies and myself as the dean here, Dr. Dolphinger, putting this out into the world. Oh, look at that. We got we got the words on it. What is it? Closed captionings on this. Beautiful. That's right.
this is Americans with
We're
Disability
accessible.
Act. This is the
Yeah.
Americans with Disability Act complaint.
Yeah.
We just got to make sure we're doing everything we can.
That's right. ADA compliant, baby. Just like, yeah, absolutely. So look, social media right now, rotten to the core. I think that's the core of what we're partly talking about here. But like, this is an escape for us here. The memes have been an escape, and the memes themselves that are becoming prevalent are escapist memes. And so with that, I just want to leave that sort of as like the kickoff inaugural idea here. This is the escape, and I want us to play a game here. Okay, this game that we've got lined up for you guys today, Calvin, do you want to maybe break it down for us, based or cringe, what we're working with here?
Yes. So the idea here is, we are essentially all monkeys strapped to a computer where we only have 2 buttons in front of us. And tell me if you feel this is how your life has been for the last few months. But you're a monkey strapped to a computer. You've only got 2 buttons in front of you, either based or cringe. You know, all you're doing is just reacting to what's in front of you. So we're gonna try that out right now with the Dolphinger stream. Just all the content that we've been creating and stealing and sharing and curating. Let's see how our admins feel.
You gotta call it
about
curation. It's not theft anymore, Calvin. It's curation. We found a nice word for it.
Yes. We went to Africa. We acquired the artifacts, and now we curate them in our museums. Similar principle here. Similar principle. It's all academic. So,
Highly.
how about we start with here we go. Let's fade that in right there. Guys, 3, 2, 1, based or cringe. Morgan, what do you think?
I'm gonna go cringe.
You gonna go cringe?
I'm gonna go cringe.
Cringe.
I mean, I don't think I would call it cringe or base. There's more. It's more nuanced than that, Calvin.
There is no button.
Nuance than that.
There's no button for nuance.
I know there's no nuance in buttons. I mean,
All right, Morgan.
Something like this gets back to the whole return to monkey kind of thing, where it's total centrist. Like, we can all agree with that, you know? Like, we can all agree. A dog as a mayor would probably be better than any politician.
Now, dog or monkey, which is better as mayor?
So monkey for sure.
Okay.
Good balance. Still has consciousness on a level not as lowly as a.
I don't know. I think a monkey would fuck you over, but a dog would not. So I would go dog.
Absolutely. You get into a cage with a monkey, and you seen those ones.
Win that fight.
Monkey has opposable thumbs.
Now that's something.
That's what I want in a candidate, actually. Opposable thumbs. All right, next one
His
here. We're
opposable
just going to
thumb.
skip videos because we have technical problems with videos. All right, this one, buddy. Andrew, we're going to go with you. 3, 2, 1. Base to cringe. Hard cringe.
Yep, wall of text. Too much text. I'm not reading it. I'm scrolling. I'm going to continue scrolling.
Wow.
I think that the header grabs you so much that it doesn't matter. You want to read it, you know? I love this meme. I agree. I don't want to read a lot, but it captures you. It becomes a story.
I don't have time for stories.
Hard-based.
I'm obsessed. I'm addicted to scrolling. I just like to scroll, and when something comes in my eye, I stop.
Exactly.
And this wasn't going to do it for me. The more text, the cringe. The more cringe.
And maybe I think that's a you problem, not so much a problem with the content itself.
Look, I have about a 40
ADHD, so let's,
right,
and a 48 IQ, so I'm looking for something colorful and clicking. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's read some of the comments here.
Let's bring in Connor. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty basic. Yeah, it is a wall of text, and I mean those. I mean you make a lot of jokes about people who make memes with walls of text, but it's funny. It's funny because it narrows down like things that people hold dear, especially like in this instant gratification. It's like, oh, I want like McDonald's or I want happy chemicals, ADHD medication.
Wait, hold on. What are you telling me right now? You haven't eaten the Travis Scott burger?
I haven't.
Oh, I
am
eaten the Travis Scott burger.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm the expert over here. I've never eaten a Travis Scott burger. I know what I'm talking about. Bullshit. I ate it and it sucked. It was just like any other quarter pounder with cheese. It just had lettuce and bacon on it. Although I will say the tangy barbecue sauce, not just any barbecue sauce, tangy barbecue sauce slapped. That slime was gold, my friends.
Was that what was different about it? I don't know anything about it.
Okay,
was
look,
it a normal McDonald's sandwich?
Everyone, halt! We have an emergency. An emergency. Everyone, let's pause for a moment, okay? You don't know what the difference between the Travis Scott meal and a regular quarter pounder meal is? I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Sister, Cactus Jack sent us to tell you what the true story behind this slimy burger is. Okay, it's a regular quarter pounder with cheese. Only difference is they added lettuce and bacon.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Your expertise is fantastic. I mean,
I'm not done.
That's why you're the dean, you know? That's really why.
Yeah.
They pay me the big bucks for this shit, baby. I keep my thumb on the dial.
I mean, I didn't know that, so thank you.
And now you know. No, but it's not just the burger, the difference in the Travis Scott burger, but you got to get the Travis Scott meal, which is $6 on the dot. No matter where you live, they'll add a little tax, maybe extra to it. But, okay, $6 on the dot meal. Okay, here's the deal. You get a medium fries and a side of tangy barbecue sauce and Sprite with extra ice, just how Cactus Jack loves it.
All right. Let me just add to our previous meme here just before I move on. I'm going to say it's based because it's a wall of text, but there's a high punchline to text ratio. Each little bit there has a punchline. And additionally, this isn't text for the purpose of ideology. You know, this isn't some kind of left-wing meme kind of thing where it's got the problem of fitting too much ideology into one meme. This is multiple jokes in one meme. You got 5 of them there together, 6 if you count the title. This is strong base for me.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. When you roll through the McDonald's drive-thru, is it just a wall of text explaining the Travis Scott meal, or is it a beautiful picture of the Travis Scott meal? If you're going to catch people...
wall of text. What the fuck are you talking about? The drive-thru menu.
Hey, okay, so...
It's got text everywhere. What the fuck are you talking
about?
I
would challenge you then to make that meme, but as something without the text in it and make it as good.
I got you. Here I go. All right. It's going to be one of those pictures and it'll say pee pee poo poo simulation.
Or
Okay.
even just have the top text. The bottom text, remove the bottom text, but just the top. XXL pod, premium bug menu. Keep the picture.
Sure, yeah, you can just leave the
fucking
titles in
perfect.
there.
And all of the bottom text just says bottom text. And that's it.
There we go. Yeah.
There should be two versions of it, you know? Like you can choose your adventure if I want the wall of text or if I just want, you know.
You know how you get to choose your ads on Hulu and shit like that now? Like choose your ad experience? We need to have a choose your meme experience.
Wow.
I think
A/B testing memes would
I
actually
absolutely
be a
agree with
thing.
that.
A/B testing
Let's
memes.
do it. Let's fucking do it. I'm drunk enough.
All right, next one. Let's skip this one. Actually, we want to avoid the political stuff for now. We'll just touch that.
Wee-woo,
Here we
wee-woo.
go. Here we go.
Political meme.
How do we feel? How do we feel about this? 3, 2, 1. Connor, cringe
Based. Yeah, based.
That's based.
Morgan. Damn, Morgan just left us. Damn. Okay. I'm saying this is based.
Actually,
Great subversion. Great subversion techniques.
Morgan is not qualified to speak on this meme. Actually, in 2020. Actually.
This meme's for the boys, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, now quick, move on before she gets back. We all agree that's based.
Hold on. Go.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait. Go to one above. Okay, we'll do that.
Travis Scott Burger book. Yes, I would like to pick up 2 tickets for book, please.
Oh, the lonely.
Andrew, you're the expert here. Based or cringe?
Look, it must be isolating and lonely in this world to think you're smarter than everyone else and think, oh, I'm going to read a book. Yeah, Word Burger. Word Burger, not as good as Travis Scott Burger. I'm telling you guys right now, just because the crowd goes with it, look, the new counterculture is not counterculture, okay? Counterculture is the new mainstream. We've talked about this before,
Yeah.
okay? You want to be counter.
We have our documentary. That's where it is.
That's right. Everyone goes for Travis Scott Burger. Ironically, funny. Okay. Now, if you did what they did at McDonald's with the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce, that's cringe. Fucking cringe. Look, all the people, they barely had enough to like. They were like rationing Szechuan sauce in the region. They were like, sir, we only have 2 left. I want them all. I want Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty's cringe in the first place, so.
No, but here's the thing. Rick and Morty isn't a bad show. Its fan base is garbage. Its fan base ruined the show. The show is, objectively not a bad show. It's a funny show. That what fucked it up is all the people that showed up and made it bad. That hasn't happened yet with the Travis Scott Burger. All the 14-year-old TikTokers that are on Travis Scott Burger right now are funnier than any person reading a book in America.
Strong words. But
No one reads anymore. Hey, no one reads anymore anyway. You've got an Audible subscription, right? Come on, everyone. How many of you are listening to what is it on YouTube? There's I'm drawing a blank. That company, that audiobook company that I don't know. I lost. I had a
because we're waiting for Travis Scott to do an audiobook. Then we can have best of both worlds.
If it ain't about the burger, I ain't listening. I don't give a fuck about Travis Scott. I literally don't even listen to the guy. I showed up for the burger because it was hype. If you go to, I'm telling you guys right now, if you go to the website for the Travis Scott McDonald's merch website, every single product of the 50 products are fucking sold out. Every one of them. Hype.
It's incredible.
Hey, I want to take in a Q&A from our audience. We have a question here. Sam Miller asks, do you foresee a future of Pepe before the election? Or will the updated Facebook terms of service ban it outright as offensive extremist content? Connor, I want to talk to you about that.
Connor, let's hear it.
Oh, man. I mean, we already see a lot of Pepe memes in different groups, I feel like. But at the height that it was in 2016, no, I don't think that's going to happen. And if it does happen, then yes, it will absolutely be banned. And we will see a bunch of people getting zucked for posting those kind of memes.
And it would be cringe nonetheless. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's.
Hold on. It depends on the Pepe, the context of the Pepe. Can we agree on that? Hong Kong Pepe versus America 2016 Pepe. America 2016 Pepe was Pepe at his height. America 2020 Pepe, that's a whole nother cup of tea. It's sort of it hasn't run its course. It is a permanent staple meme just because of the upsettedness of the author Matt Fury, which I don't think we're even allowed to say his name without.
There's a documentary out about it now too.
Yeah,
we're getting ads about that.
Connor, funny enough, when I was going to hang out with you in the city that you live in, I was actually pulling up there listening. They on NPR they had a segment talking about that documentary. Very interesting stuff. I'm curious to hear about it. It's probably going to be very left book anti Pepe for sure. But I guess I'll put it this way simply. Copyright is going to be used to wipe a lot of memes off the internet. I think that's my prediction. I think going forward that if you want to protect memes, you should fight the SOPA, PIPA, TPP style copyright infringement laws that are going to hurt content creators ultimately. We don't talk on an advocacy level. That's policy.
I feel like wouldn't most memes fall under fair use in the first place, though?
No.
If you're not making money from them at all, or if they're used for educational purposes, like our Center for Memetic Studies is.
Matt Fury would disagree with you. He was suing a lot of people using it. It depends on the intention, whether the person views. Let's even take the intention out of it here. Okay, you use something that someone else has copyrighted or trademarked. What is the reason you're using it for? Are you using it in the exact image that it is, or are you using it in a dumb Starbucks way, the way that Nathan for you did Starbucks, right? Are you doing it to satirize it? Now, Pepe, I think there's a fair argument to say that satire was the undercurrent for what made it popular in memetic circles. It was the irony of Pepe, this cartoon frog, pretty innocuous. They apply it to these abstract meanings. Boy, we're getting deep into the weeds here.
Well, as an example here, if you remember Shepard Fairey, he did the famous Obama Ho poster. He was still sued by the AP, the Associated Press, for using their photo.
Who won that one?
I'm pretty sure the AP. I could be wrong, but
I
they sued him over the idea that, even though he had remixed it, he had changed it in the sense, it was still not fair use because, again, he may have made money off of it, all that kind of stuff. But either way, fair use and educational use, those are very limited copyright.
I think there's an even bigger point to be made here. In civil court, when you're being sued for $1 million and you are some content creator out on the internet, some 16-year-old kid who's being doxxed by CNN, or you're being sued by some content or some other content creator for millions of dollars, you think you can afford the legal fees if you're just some kid still living with your parents, or say you're even in your 20s or whatever, you're 30.
Right. It's not even about the actual lawsuit.
It's about the punitive cost of legal, like tort, the cost of tort, and it's just that alone allowing judges allowing those proceedings to go forward. I think, and having legislation that allows that to happen is going to hurt people.
Yeah.
And I think with Facebook allowing it to happen, it's going to happen more. I mean, how often do we see our own stuff that gets posted here ripped off the internet because some prelude music was copyrighted by Sony or some shit?
Right. Well, just to bring it back to the question, Sam's specifically asking about the terms of service and using the word offensive, extremist content. We've kind of, I guess we're kind of thinking that it's really about the copyright lawsuits. That might be like a cover for it, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, so is the terms of service. Is all covers for ripping off things that are inconvenient. Kim Kardashian right now is doing a 1-day boycott, as if anyone gives a fuck if she leaves social media for a day. Fuck off, Kim. Like I get it. I love you.
Don't you dare speak about Kim Kardashian that way.
I love her. But if she really thinks it's going to be a drop in the fucking bucket, if she leaves social media for 1 day, she's a joke. I mean, look, I'll just say it this way. She wants to do that because it's some purpose of anti-hate. I get it. Okay. You want to put your message out there and you're boycotting. That's one side of the issue. What does Facebook have to do to keep Kim Kardashian on board? They have to go and take every memetic content creator and rip their shit off the internet. They don't even care about these people anyway.
Facebook
right?
is simping for Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't know if they are. They haven't bent, and it really hasn't affected their stock prices on any like substantive level. So I don't know if they actually care about Kim. But if they do, what is their response? They have to rip content creators off of Facebook, which they've already been doing.
Yeah.
Like this, there's been two these prevailing arguments that have existed through this. One is that Facebook is allowing hate speech. The other one is that Facebook is ripping off content creators for innocuous posts under the banner of hate speech. Okay. So one is true or the other is true, or it's a gray area and they're doing both. I would probably venture to say it may be a little of both. So that all to be said, I think the terms of service are going to be a cover to throw this shit off of Facebook, and yeah, that's my take.
Yeah. Now, do you think they'll use? They have this technology to detect whether or not, number one, if a meme was already posted somewhere, or whether or not it's original. Then they obviously have the AI that can just help identify every element within the image. You think they'll use that to identify Pepe's and to wipe off the platform?
Well, what the fuck's stopping them, right? I mean, look, if it's possible, we got a problem.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same thing with domestic spying and all that. Not to get into it, but it's like the possibility's there. You find out they're doing it. What do you do about it? Right. I mean, these are Leviathans. You're not going to stop Facebook from doing what it's doing.
Right.
The thing is, you either got to find a new platform, which is very inconvenient because it's not like the other platforms are really some safe haven for memetic creators or anything like that. I mean, we talked about Ligma for a while, the League of Independent Guilds of Memetic Artistry for some time. We built that out. And frankly, I think there's still a place for it that should be considered in building up a coalition of individuals that can at least like lock arms on this and say, look, we're being accosted here. This is fucked up. We're just making art. If artists were dealing with this, you don't think they would be doing the same thing?
Right.
Of course they would.
Get some legal representation, change some of this copyright law. Copyright law should have to include some more remix, honestly, to be honest. But all that to say, I think we all agree that Facebook, as a Leviathan, they'll do whatever they want, and they just need to change the terms of service to make it legally okay or whatnot. But they'll do whatever they need to do when journalists force them to do this thing. They get pulled up to the Senate, all that kind of bull crap.
They're like the one platform that doesn't give a fuck about being in China. I mean, they probably would prefer to, but they're not going to cave so they can be in China. It's interesting, like, they're not willing to rip off Hong Kong Pepe's because so they can cave to the CCP or something.
No, it's only because China has the Great Firewall. They don't allow anyone outside, and they just know they're not going to get past that ever. Twitter is also knocked off of Facebook, off the internet in China, that kind of shit.
Right. No, absolutely. Amazon, let's say, so like they just had the panel of all of them up in front of Congress, right? You had Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook, okay? All the CEOs up there. The only one that said anything in contrast to, hey, Chinese censorship is like the only ones that said that it was bad was Facebook. Like, yeah, we don't fucking care about China. Like, we're not going there. They're not going to let us in. We're not going to.
Is that because his wife is Asian?
Oh, shit. Never even thought about that.
Yeah, he's
I don't know.
simping for his
Very.
wife. Is it simping when it's for your wife, though?
Right? Marriage is mutual simping, right?
You're on it.
Then you take the religious angle. You are actually united by marriage. You are actually one person. You can't simp for yourself. You are united.
Does that mean that Mark Zuckerberg is Asian?
I don't think you guys look. When I renew my vows, I'm going to include in it. I will simp for you if you simp for me.
Have that engraved into the center of your ring.
Inside the ring, it's going to say 18 carats simp.
Yeah. Every time you take it off, it's imprinted into your skin.
Well, guys, let's move into the presentation that I've set. Okay, Andrew, what's up? Tell me, Andrew, what's up? What's on your mind?
What about vol simps versus in simps? You're involuntary.
What do you mean by
incel versus
sure.
Yes, you got incels and vol. What about in simps and vol simps?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I mean,
We're
you
not. You
involuntarily
can't be an
simp.
How do you involuntarily simp for someone? That is a
Literally,
No, I can see it. I think you could be an involuntary simp and a voluntary simp.
95% of the chimps that simp out there,
Okay.
95% of the folks that are out there simping, they're doing it not realizing they're being simps.
Yeah.
They don't even know that they're being simps. And so that's why you have to have the crowd of fingers pointing at them. Simp!
That's unconscious. That's unconsciously simping.
Involuntary.
Consciously sipping.
It's
What's
not
the difference?
involuntarily. It's because the incels. The whole thing is that they want to, but they can't because no one will allow them.
But if it's not happening consciously, they don't know how to fix it. They involuntarily doing it. They don't know how to fix it.
Yeah, right.
Unconscious, not involuntary. It's just unconscious, and we need to raise their consciousness. We need to wake them up. They need to be woken on.
Woke simpery.
Woke simps.
Woke simpery. Like to be a vol simp, to like apply simping appropriately. Like that's like, okay, so applying simping appropriately is courting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're simping for the affections of another person, but not doing so to make yourself look like a goon.
Yeah.
Now, the involuntary simping is doing it against the will, pining after someone who is like, please God, leave me alone.
Wait, are you talking about autism?
I mean, Connor, jump in.
It would all depend on who you're simping for at that point. Because if you're in simping, I mean, you're simping for the wrong woman.
I think in simping is the 4 that's simping for the 9 to 10, okay, and doesn't realize that they're not in the same league. Don't you think?
Well, we'll have to do our research on this. I think there's plenty more to talk about.
Yeah, you really.
No simp September. It's appropriate. Okay.
No simp September. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we have one more episode this month. We'll talk about no simp.
The last question I have for you guys, though, before we get off the simping topic: can women simp? I mean, if you believe in equality, women can simp, right?
Yeah, I mean, Onision does pretty well on OnlyFans, so I would think yes.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. You're on.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say. All right. Number one. You got to think about the role in the evolutionary species kind of thing of the man and the female.
Hot take incoming. He's gonna say something about
hot take.
Men. Look. I'm just saying on an evolutionary perspective of all kind of reproductive efforts here. The men, the male of the species, they can inseminate all over the time. Whenever. Women have a gestation period because of that difference. Just because of that difference.
This is like Ethan Klein saying women are meant to be conquered on the H3 podcast.
I'm not saying women are meant to be conquered. I'm just saying the gestation
It's quality
period
of
means that simping is just a totally different beast for women.
There's a department at our entire university that doesn't allow you to say things like that. The diversity council won't allow it. Stop while you're ahead, Calvin. Investigated.
I'm just saying, simping is a totally different beast. We know what male simping is. Women simping is just a totally different thing we might not even fully recognize yet.
Under a world of politics,
this will take further study.
Unless you're a crackhead.
Yes.
Crackhead women can simp hard, probably.
That doesn't count. That's a whole nother.
Be dangerous.
A whole nother beast.
Requires further study. Requires further investigation. Our studies were not inconclusive.
Inconclusive. Yeah. At the end of the 4,000-page white paper, our studies were inconclusive. Yeah. That's how you make a killing. Look, what we're gonna do is guys, if you're listening to this live stream, don't tell our benefactors, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trick them into giving us multi-million-dollar grants to study stuff, and every time we end it, we're gonna say inconclusive.
This is gonna be used in court against us someday, thanks.
Just amass research and then say inconclusive. You did it. You're successfully an academic researcher.
Good.
We're just bad at it. Not good.
All right.
Y'all. I'm going to the restroom. Keep going.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. God, Andrew, what the fuck, dog? I was going to start.
Look, man, I'm having bidet withdrawals. All right, just settle down.
Yeah.
You drank those Millers too fast.
Yeah, obviously.
Did he drink all of those?
I think he did. He's stacking them for us.
Oh, right.
All right, boys. And girls. I kind of want to start it without Andrew, just because as punishment for bidet withdrawals. There's just no justification for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, he can jump in whenever he wants because he's a dandy. He's a nice guy. All right, so guys, we have Memetics 101. This is just a foundational perspective building course on memes. I'm sure you guys are all interested in what this world and what we're studying is all about. So we're just going to jump right in. Let's see, how can I go to the next page here? Oh, fuck, I'm a boomer. Oh, shit. Fuck! All right, there we go.
Oh my god.
Guys, you're all familiar with memes. You guys are all familiar with what we've been sharing. You guys follow our page. You guys have high IQs. You guys could probably understand each one of these memes right here. But to understand why we are so fascinated by them and what their role is to us, let's dive a little deeper into what this field of study even is. What is memetics? So we got memetics. You might already think, oh, that sounds like the word genetics. Why is that? Well, it's because evolutionary scientists, evolutionary genetics, they were looking at how species were bigger than the individual life of one little creature. You look at the bigger picture and you see that what they're doing is they're replicating genes from way back in the past, thousands, millions of years, and then those genes mutate and create new changes. We come from chimps to apes to human beings. It's all a pathway.
From chimp to simp in under 48 hours. It's going to be my book that I'm publishing in 2020. And if you're ready, subscribe to my OnlyFans and you'll find out more.
I'd like to clarify, Andrew does not have an OnlyFans as far as I know.
As far as you know.
But again, the idea that the evolutionary scientists were looking at was that these genes are replicating themselves, and that's really what's going on here. We're just individually carrying genes, but the genes are the thing that's being replicated and growing as we go. And so in the 70s, Dick Dawkins, he notes that the same thing is happening to ideas. Genes are helping us understand the field of what our physical bodies are. But ideas are the other part of what we do. We have physical bodies and we have ideas. We have the physical and the mental. So Dick Dawkins is saying, in just one chapter of this book, the whole book is not about memes, but this one chapter, chapter 11, I believe, he talks about memes. Because he's saying, oh, look at these Polynesian boat people. They were able to pass down after generation ideas of boat building, and in the same way that genes are replicating, their ideas were replicating. They were giving it to one another. It was mutating to fit what worked. And in the same sense that there's a survival of the fittest, you have the survival of the fittest where if you build a bad boat, it doesn't come back from the hunt, and people have died, and that doesn't continue growing. Yes, Andrew.
Is there a syllabus for this I can read for later?
Yes. It'll be on Canvas, Blackboard, NYU classes. What do we call them now? Either way,
Thank you.
Dick Dawkins coins the word memetics, memes, at that point in time in the 70s, and after that, it's basically dead. No one really talks about it, but that idea of the meme comes back in the later 2000s when the internet becomes a big thing. But if there's one thing to learn from this slide, it's that memes are a building block of culture. You have memes as the building blocks of community, and communities build culture, and they have beliefs and societies and all those kind of good things. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Dolphin, can you tell?
Next slide. All right, so why internet memes? Why are we talking about memes today? Well, the idea is back in the monkey days, spreading memes is really difficult. You're restricted to ideas from your immediate surrounding. Other monkeys in your area could be hostile, so sharing ideas with them would be really risky. And then traveling distances to reach other people and getting other ideas from other peoples and climates is really difficult. And on top of that, you don't have a a real audible language that transmits ideas that efficiently. In other words, their ideas are expensive. And then you have today, with the modern human, we are globally connected. Our modern society allows us to speak, write, and electronically deliver language through satellite, and for the most part, speaking is very peaceful compared to monkey days. I mean, come on, no comparison. The idea is that memes replicating and mutating today is happening on such an unimagined level as ever before. That's why we talk about internet memes. Next slide here shows a very scientific. The cost of communicating has gone down. Memes have gone up. It's time to invest in memes. This is the time. Now, why do we study memes? I'm going to say, let's talk about telos. If you've ever heard the word telos, it's a Greek word for purpose. And beyond just purpose, it's about the central purpose. So if you have a chair, the telos of a chair is to sit. And if you can't sit on the chair, if you can't sit on the chair, it's not a working chair. It's no longer a chair. Same thing with a knife. If a knife doesn't cut, it's no longer a knife. The telos is such a central defining purpose. So I ask you, what is the telos of studying memes? For some, it might be to better appreciate the internet, to better appreciate what we consume on a daily basis, to better understand how culture changes and how we can affect change within society, or perhaps how we can create better art. These are all just individual questions. You might have better things for yourself why you want to study memes, but I want to seed that in there. Why you should study memes, why you should think about these things, why you should have a conscious understanding of what we're talking about. So going forward, now, memes are the building blocks of culture. So we have to understand, what do they end up doing? It's the individual ideas that end up making ideology. Some memes, like the golden rule, taxation is theft, nice guys finish last, these are weird ideas that end up becoming a meme in itself. We have a shared building block of culture based on these kind of things. You have the American dream, that's a cultural meme. So we have all these building blocks, and together they build a full-on understanding of a culture. And then from culture, we can have a community. Because in the same way that you have friends, that you have an insular group of inner culture, of jokes and ways that you talk with each other and shared ideas and all those things, then you can build out from there a larger and larger image of society, all that kind of stuff. So an analogy here that I have, memes are the bricks. The bricks build a wall. The wall builds buildings, and then you have a full city, a whole culture, a whole community, that kind of thing. So everything's tied together by memes. These friends are tied together by memes in a larger sense. Last slide, I want to ask you guys, just final question for you. What is this? What is this doing to me? Why is this so powerful? How can it be improved? Can it be improved? Can it live forever? And will it live forever? These are questions to ask when you're consuming memes, thinking about memes, consciously understanding and interacting and wrestling with things going on in society. Things for you to kind of dive into. But ultimately, this is the study of memes, and that's my presentation, guys. So, Connor, I see you smiling. Andrew, shut the fuck up. And Morgan, thanks
You're
for...
talking, you are big gay. But shit!
Tell me, what do you guys got in your mind?
You won't trick me into talking.
Damn it. I got him too.
All right,
I think that was really good.
Oh yeah, it's a powerful message you bring here, Calvin.
Now, just so you all know, you're being quizzed on this. Anyone watching this right now, you'll be getting a pop quiz at the end of the class. You'll have to take it home and have it finished by the end of the day and bring it back to us. It won't be for any credit whatsoever, but if you fail it, you will be removed from the class permanently. No refunds whatsoever. Now,
Did you come up with these questions, Calvin, for these?
I stole them from a Lasagna Cat video for the most part, but, you know.
It's good. It's a good list of things. I mean, we could even do it as part of the meme review. You know, that's kind of a structure for that.
Oh, shit. Final questions, based or cringe? That's really all you need.
Based or cringe. It all comes down to that, you know. Bottom line, based or cringe. You can talk about it all day, but
yeah,
one way or the other.
Well, you asked this question: what is this? Based or cringe? What is it doing to me? Is it based or cringe? Does it make me?
It all comes down. It's all binary. Based or cringe.
Why is it so powerful? Well, it depends how based or how cringed it is. How can it be improved? Well, it can go from cringe to, unless your purpose is to be cringe, in which case more cringe.
Based.
If it's going from base to cringe, that would be the study of nuance.
Yeah. Lecture 2.
I have a strategy, and I'm gonna, for anyone watching this, you get a little. I'm gonna microdose you on some knowledge. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
If you go on your main and you post some dumb shit, I mean some truly, really dumb. I'm not gonna say the word.
Every day.
Really dumb shit. You're gonna still get thumbs ups. Okay. You have the ability to intentionally be cringe and know for yourself with like your own security in your own self that you're doing it intentionally to be cringe. So you can't be attacked. It's like when they attack the mask, they're not attacking you. They're attacking the mask. It's your shield. It's your shield.
I was just being retarded on purpose.
You can't get me now. You're hitting the mask. Yeah, you're punching a fake version of me. Okay. You ever play Pokemon? It's like playing the substitute move. Okay, it's the same shit. You put the fake doll out there, they attack the fake doll. I mean, ultimately, that's the move that Dr. Dolphinger has been playing for a long time. And literally, I have people that have known me in person for years who cannot tell whether or not I am completely sub 60 IQ or if I'm doing this on purpose. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm doing it on purpose. I've been doing it on purpose for years.
Is that a horseshoe theory thing? Are you just too smart that you look like an idiot?
Well, here's the thing. Well, no, there is something to that. And I think that you can say, this is a point that Calvin and I were making yesterday. When you are immersed in memetics or just in meme connoisseurship in general, you can be so ahead of the curve that when you talk to people who are maybe not even normies or NPCs, but like the people that are semi-aware of what's funny, haha, you can be so ahead of that when you talk to those people, they don't know what you're talking about and you sound autistic. It's just like a real thing. It like, you have to know your audience.
You're lost in the sauce.
You're lost in the sauce and you can overdose on the sauce, okay? Or you cannot have enough sauce. So you got both ways you can play this. That thing, if you want to be successful, and this is for every person out there running your own meme pages, this is my advice to you, father to son. Best thing I can tell you is it's okay to get lost in the sauce if you have an audience that's willing to get lost in the sauce with you. You're not lost if you have people going with you. Okay, now put that on my grave. When I die, put that on my grave. You're not lost if there's someone with you. Okay. You get lost on an island of sauce by yourself and you know these memes, but you got a good coalition of people around you, a good cohort that really, a squad that loves the shit you're about. By all means, immerse yourself in it. But when
together strong.
AIDS together strong. And when we autists together strong. And when we get out of being immersed in that, when we see people that don't understand it, we have two options. We can either we can ridicule them for not understanding, okay, and point at them and call them simps, or we can guide them along hand in hand and bring them to monkey. Some people don't know to return to monkey. They don't even know it's a possibility. How do you bring someone? This is all about bringing people to center here. And dead serious, heart-to-heart moment with all of you guys for just a second. If I could just get all the laughter to pause for just a second, okay? What we need to talk about, and this is the problem that we have in this world. You got to come to center, folks. There's a lot of love in this world, y'all. A lot of love, whole lot of love. And how do you bring it to center? How do you bring people along with you? I'm going to tell you how.
Barbecue. Sorry.
You invite them to the barbecue. That's it. You took the word out of my mouth.
It all explains everything. I mean, we are turning to monkey at the same time that we have this.
That's breast marinating right now.
On a grill kind of meme. I mean, these are the same, two sides of the same coin right here. You know.
Why do you think Black Twitter says when they find a person that they accept that's in the white community, they say, "I'm inviting you to the barbecue"? It's because the grill out is it's utopia. It's the idea that we can all get along together. Finally. Breaking bread, right? Absolutely. In a time where bread just ain't being broken. Okay. How do we do this?
Amen.
You walk people to return to monkey. You walk people to grilling. You walk people to simpler times. I had a great conversation while I was visiting the town that Connor lives in, the city that Connor lives in. I had a great conversation with a close friend of mine who does not agree with me on a lot of things. And I don't necessarily agree with him on a lot of things, but I think how we bridge the gap is that we had a dialogue, person to person, without an audience there, and just had a conversation about how to move from point A to point B. I say all this for this. Memes have the potential to do, but you can either act exclusionary with your memes and make people feel stupid, or you can bring them in. Except the normies. The normies don't get in.
You know, I think this is a good time to just simply say, you know, the Dolphinger Center is very much pro healthy relationships with the internet. You don't want to go too far. You don't want to get addicted, and you don't want to become the kind of person whose only ability is to say based or cringe to real life. You know, I've met some people who in real life, they just cannot stop saying words like, oh, simps and, you know, femboy hooters and stuff like that. Like, just,
or when we were at the zoo and we saw the political compass, or I did, and it was another moment of, it's just a grid. It's just like an axis. And the first thing I think is, that's a political compass. What's happening to my brain?
Your brain has been microwaved with memes.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's okay. Here's the thing. It's okay to be that way. You have to bring people along with you that you trust, that you know can understand it. And for those who don't, fuck them. Don't let them hurt your sense of.
Okay, that sounds like a cult. If they don't agree with you,
it's not.
Fuck them.
It's not cult though. What I'll do is, I want to bring it back to that telos slide that I had. What's the central purpose, you know, of memes? It's not to delude your brain to the point where you cannot say sentences without the word femboy in them and e-girl. It's so that way you can understand how we can build culture, have a healthy culture, continue doing things. Connor, you're muted.
You can reach out to people and find a common truth.
Yes.
You can reach out to people and find a common truth, especially like you could be totally right leaning and left leaning, but somehow you both love this certain meme, you know, like it could be not political at all. You know, that's one way you could totally do it.
Apes.
Strong.
Together strong.
Strong. Apes strong.
I'm gonna walk around from now on. People are like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
Memes can literally solve world peace.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is our opportunity right now. Look, things seem bad, right? Okay, so there's a lot of shit on everyone's ass right now, okay? What's going to clean it off? The bidet. And the bidet in this situation is the meme, okay? The unifying meme is the bidet that cleans the divide. Look, two butt cheeks, the divide, okay? A lot of poo-poo and poo-poo and the divide.
This is real life.
You need to clean the divide. You need to cleanse it, okay? And by the way, we didn't get the opportunity to talk about this while we were live, but I wanted to say I've got a pitch for an idea, and the first person that comes to me with money, we're going to make it happen, okay? This is a call out to every person watching this right now. We're going to make bidet air dryers for your butt, all right? So you spray your butt. What happens afterwards? What happens? You're just sitting there wet. You can either wipe it with some now wet toilet paper, which is not helping the situation. It's worse than what you were trying to prevent in the first place. Or you can just continually spray your ass and you're still not going to figure out the problem. You'll be there for 5 minutes, okay? You know, it's like the old adage, I wipe, and still poop.
So are these going to be Dolphinger branded or what?
Well, of course.
Maybe shaped like a dolphin.
Look,
Maybe out of the spout
from the
or whatever.
blowhole, yeah, from the blowhole.
Yeah, the blowhole. Right.
What
Yeah.
do you think the
Or you spray, and then while you're waiting, then you do memes.
Right.
During your air dry
All right,
period.
I'm going to show you on the doll how it works.
That's a prototype.
This right here, okay. This right here is nature's bidet, okay? It's the blowhole. It's nature's bidet. All right, here's how it works. Look, you spray your butt, but you've got to dry the thing, okay? So someone's got to come up with the invention, and what we're going to do, Bill Gates, with his nonprofit, puts toilets across the world, okay? Well, so there's already a market. A lot of toilets with no bidet, okay? We're going to sell them on bidets with another big bidet company, or we could go with Dolphinger bidets. We could set up our own bidet company, affordable nonprofit bidets for underprivileged people in Africa, Middle East, other places, underprivileged places that need bidets to clean their
I think you need an argument that you can't live without that. It needs to be a strong argument that
it's
people who are in poverty, you're in poverty if you don't have a bidet.
Let me ask you this. Why should Europeans be able to live in a world where they can just turn a dial and spray their butts clean, and people in Africa can't?
Yeah, that's racist.
Is it
oh
fair?
My God.
I'm asking you, is it fair? Is it fair? Is it right? And you're right. Yeah. Maybe it's racist that you don't allow them to have the bidets. We're
still feeling the ramifications of colonialism, clearly. With
well, I mean, like,
bidet disparity.
Actually, to be honest, no joke. Like, that's it. Like, guns, germs, and steel. Where is it? I got it over here somewhere.
Listen, Obama had Obama phones. Maybe Trump could do Trump bidets.
Ooh. It's very on brand for him. I think he would do well with those. They could be
Jared Diamond right here, guys. If you guys know Jared Diamond, Guns, Germs, and Steel, Europe has, it should be Guns, Germs, Steel, and bidets.
Well, to that point, though, however, part of that book and part of the field of development economics shows that Africa is partially crippled in terms of development because they're just so landlocked. They don't have a lot of waterways and a lot of access to water.
They're surrounded by water.
That's a problem for the bidets.
They're surrounded by water as much as any other, more than most continents. They are surrounded by water.
But they are landlocked, no rivers. So where are you going to get the water? Where are you going to get the fresh water to spray with a bidet?
We'll airdrop it in. Like the Canadian pilots that come down and scoop up the water and then drop it on top of the fires.
We're going to purify the salt water and take the iodine and salt radiation, and we're going to build nuclear reactors to provide sustainable energy in Africa, sustainable energy. And with the purified water, we will have our bidet systems. Now, I'm only asking for $500 million as a grant for this project. It's a small amount to make it happen for at least one country in Africa. I am basing this on real research, okay? Now, look, there's a lot of people with some fake science out there in this world. That ain't me, okay? I'm using real science from real scientists to make this happen. I'm a scientist myself. I explore things. I check out and research, and I ask hard questions. I ask pressing questions. I am a peer and can peer review.
All right.
So think of that.
Let's wrap this up. We're nearing 8 o'clock. Let's go around and let's give us some final word. Let's get some final word. Morgan, you got final words?
Wow. Final word. No, I'm eating. I got Chinese food tonight. I think that memes are core to who we are, and everybody should think more about them than they actually do.
Smash the cringe button. Smash the cringe button.
I'm gonna give memes a solid rating of based.
All right, Andrew, say something, and we'll rate whether or not you're cringe or based with what you say.
Poo poo.
Wow, very based. I'm surprised.
Based.
Very brave too. Very brave and stunning.
And stunning. You almost got. I'm not done though. I actually do want to expound a little bit on pee poo poo for just a second. I know we've talked about bidets and pee poo poo in that regard, but
save something for our next episode, Andrew. Jesus.
Believe me, I'll have plenty to talk about then too. All I want to say is this: I want to thank every person, all probably 6 of the people who watched this live stream. I without you guys who donate to us in large portions, and I mean large amounts of money, we wouldn't be here today. Donate at dolphinger.com whenever we get the website set up.
Whenever we can afford it.
Wait for us to put our Weebly up. A minimum donation of $5 will go a long way. If you can do more than that, we would appreciate it. But we're here for you. We want to continue to do this kind of work and build up sponsorships and bring positive memetics to light with the work that we're doing here. So I want to thank everyone who took the time to listen to this. As stupid as we may sound at times and as interesting as we may be at other times, thank you guys for listening in all seriousness.
Are you thinking for the time where Calvin was deep into explaining memes and you were drawing a dick on a piece of paper and then showing it to the screen?
A veiny, hairy one too. It looked like the
Yeah,
one from Superbad.
Calvin is just spewing in knowledge. And then promoting your OnlyFans. You didn't even put out a link on there.
Wow.
Where can we find you on OnlyFans?
You don't. I'm trying to keep that shit private. I don't need people finding out about my OnlyFans.
Connor, final words.
It's a real catch-22, don't you think?
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
I already
Remember,
said that. Shut up.
Memes. Well, hey, I'm going to say it too. Memes are a great way to bridge the divide. Just don't find that common truth. Find someone that you don't get along with politically. Send them a funny meme and then invite them over to grill a steak with you.
The grilling is the most important part.
I'm gonna piggyback. Off of what.
Oh God, you. Oh God.
No,
You listen to it. No,
it's
this is
all
a
very positive. What the fuck is that?
This is a training.
You're gonna get banned from high school if you show that in your class, Andrew.
I shoot a Pop-Tart in the shape of a gun.
Yep.
Everyone compliment my trigger discipline.
That's really good. Way to go.
Yeah, way to go, Andrew. I'm glad you've learned so much over the last few months. This is a fun field. I think we all consume it. We're all eating it up. So I think it's just best to learn it, so that way you can actually handle it consciously. That way you're not an involuntary simp. That way you're not involuntarily getting, fed bullshit from God knows where. This is about being conscious, being able to have an impact, and being able to do good in the world, really.
Returning to monkey.
And yeah, rejecting modernity. It's just
Rejecting modernity.
I have one last ask here.
Okay, no, you don't get to say anything.
You already answered
No,
like
no.
500 million.
this is
for
important.
watching. This has been a
important.
great episode. Thank you to our
Just
guests.
shut him down.
Particularly
One-
Griffin and Connor. Andrew's
I'm gonna
been
say it.
over-speaking
I'm going
his
to
time.
say it. I'm going to say the words I'm thinking. Okay, here it
No,
is.
cut him off before.
Here it is. All I want is
Yes,
everyone who's watching this,
You
please,
see this button? I'm muting him right now.
please give us feedback.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you guys weren't already aware, this is the Memes of Our World podcast by the Dolphinger Center for Memetic Studies. We've been your hosts, the admins of the page, and we look forward to having more of these episodes. Thanks, guys.
Hang loose. No, give us feedback. We appreciate it. Let us know what you think.